In the Bakken oil field, the largest shale oil field in North America, they're drilling as much as they can.
In 1951, we first discovered oil in North Dakota. The problem they ran into is while there was a lot of oil, it was very, very dense shale rock. Geologists have known that shale rock holds a lot of oil for a long, long time. We just didn't have the technologies to be able to release it. Just in the last few years, we've come up with techniques that are very effective.
If you have your gas or oil trapped in isolated little pores, you have to fracture the rock in order to create channels for this to flow. This is done by pumping mixtures of water and sand and various other things down into the formations, which then cracks the rock, and that's called hydrofracturing.
The process is also known as fracking. Fracking is a new and under-regulated drilling technology, and there are concerns about its effect on our water and environment.
If you're going to produce oil or natural gas, it's an extractive industry. That means you're digging holes in the ground. Some people don't like that. They don't like the idea of going a mile under the earth. They worry about the effect on the water table. I don't like the fact that it's a dirty fuel.
As the environmental debate continues, fracking shale is still growing at a record pace.
The Bakken is the size of a small state. And we find when we drill these wells, we just don't miss. Every well we drill is a good well. We've moved from being the #9 producer in oil in the country to #2.
We're going down to 10,500 some feet. That's where the oil is. Typical wells around here produce anywhere from 400 to 800 barrels per day of oil. Chasing the almighty dollar, the American dream.
In the year 2000, we were drilling about 5,000 wells per year. And with higher price of oil and new technology, we're now drilling 25,000 wells per year.
The most productive time of an oil field is when it's brand new, because it shrinks from then on. It declines. And so you have to keep finding more and more and more.
In the United States, we represent a very small portion of the global population, something like 4 or 5%. But we use 20% of the oil in the world.
In the U.S., we produce less than 8 million barrels of oil a day in a country that needs about 18 million barrels a day, in a world that needs about 88 million barrels of oil a day. So we're not the big swinger when it comes to the production of oil.
As a result of fracking and other technologies, U.S. oil production has increased. But with today's high prices at the pump, where's the benefit to American drivers?
At a Senate hearing today on the price spike, a troubling prediction from AAA.
The days of a national pump price below $3 is likely a thing of the past.
Which had lawmakers asking how that's possible with all this oil right in our backyard.
We're not producing 5 times as much oil from 5 times as many wells. We're drilling wells that are more expensive. We're drilling more of them. Essentially, we have to run as fast as we can just to stay in the same place.
If we rely upon our own domestic production of crude oil to try to produce enough, we'll die trying. We can't do it.